Hey guys, I want to talk a little bit about the positive aspects of releasing and surrender and how it's actually a huge blessing. But I think first, those words like surrender or letting go, I think they get thrown around an awful lot in spiritual communities and then also in like religious communities. Um, in Bible thumping people, Christians maybe, who talk a lot about it as if you're kind of surrendering your whole life to the point that you choose not to have any control, you choose not to take action, right? And so I think that it gets a bad rap because we think like, oh, well, I'm surrendering it. That means that I'm not going to take action towards my goals. I'm just going to give up and sit on my couch and wait for things to come to me, right? That is not what surrender is. I just want to clarify. And really, for me, what I've found in my own journey is that as I have come to have a mindset that says, I'm going to do the absolute best job that I can with what I'm asked to do, right? With the mission that I'm given. And as I do that, I feel a lot of peace, and that is surrender, right? Because as you submit to this idea of like, I'm doing what it is that I'm called to do, and believing that you will be shown what it is that you're called to do on a day-to-day basis that will kind of translate into a bigger life message, as you really believe that, that is surrender. And it doesn't mean that you're not doing it, that you're not taking action. It simply means that you are releasing the outcomes. You're not trying to force things that are not meant to be. This could be a relationship, right? Maybe you've really wanted a partner for a long time. Maybe you've been in love with somebody for a really long time and they're not reciprocating, and finally you go, okay, I'm going to give this to God. I'm truly going to surrender the outcome of this relationship to the universe, to God. And then you get focused on other parts of your life. You get focused on your career. You get focused on your kids if you have them, or your other things. That is surrender. With surrendering the outcome of a relationship or something, it's not the same as giving up, right? It's bringing your energy back to yourself, focusing on, like I said, career, family, and healing, okay? Because your healing is important. And the other thing that you find when you really truly release the outcome of something, especially when it's a relationship, you will find that if you heal yourself, then relationship, whether it's with that person or another person who's better for you, right, that is going to progress because you're doing work on yourself, and that will make it so that you begin to attract the partner that you want, whether this is the same one, right, and he finally recognizes like, oh, she's doing so much work on herself, I want to be part of that, right? Or you're attracting a higher quality person who is going to treat you the right way, that wouldn't have noticed you before when you were not doing the work on yourself. And so the more that you surrender, the more that you really release and let go, the more you begin to understand how much benefit there is to you in it. And so that's where a lot of people get mixed up, is thinking that it's a negative thing, that releasing the control, right, is going to make their lives worse. And yet it really does the opposite. It really brings your energy to yourself, helps you to heal, and helps you to attract what you actually truly deserve. And it also changes the energy so that you are attracting instead of chasing. And especially if this is a dating situation, right? But even if this is a job situation, it changes the energy, because all of a sudden you're not begging for something to come to you, but you are pouring back into yourself, which makes you a magnet, really, for things that are really positive and that you want to have in your life. This is you, right? And you're feeling like, I really want to release, but I don't want to be out of control in the situation. The fact is that you don't have control, sadly, right? Because trying to hold things in your hand like this and force them, right, all you are doing is blocking the positive energy that could be coming to you. So I really hope that this makes sense, and I would like to give you just a couple of tips on things that you can do to begin to release. And the first one, really, and I've talked about this already, but it's really just coming back to yourself. It's really coming back to yourself, focusing on yourself, doing something that can help you, like a meditation or a calming strategy, something that helps you to disconnect from the stress, because a lot of the times, and the fear, because a lot of the time when we are focused on trying to control an outcome, it's because we're afraid that any other outcome wouldn't be as good. But when we begin to bring our energy back to ourselves, we can begin to see the fear, and when you can recognize that it's fear that's making you do this, then you can just say no to the fear and say, I'm not going to live that way. And that right there is a great first step, is acknowledging the fear, and then you're letting it go, right? Just by acknowledging it, you're letting a lot of it go. Other thing that you can do as you're releasing the fear is you can begin to focus on the things that bring you joy. And as you really lean into doing the activities or the things that really just bring you excitement and just light you up, by doing that, you are again bringing your energy back into yourself, and you're beginning to heal yourself, and you're helping the energy to start flowing. The blocks that you've created by holding really tightly to trying to control, as you bring your energy back to yourself by doing things that you really truly enjoy, whether this is a outdoor thing, right? Maybe you love hiking, but you've been so focused on trying to get your career where you want it to be that you haven't taken the time for that self-care. And as you just go outside and you stay grounded in the moment, and you're like, this is so nice, right? I've missed this. You are actually beginning to bring the energy, the flow back into things, and that really will start to help you to release. But again, it is a conscious choice to begin to release, to begin to heal, and choose yourself to begin to release. It's really to set the intention to release. And there are release rituals that are really good. If you would like more information about that, read my book, I Swiped Left Again, The Evolving Woman's Guide to Dating, Twin Flames, and Healing. In that book, I do talk about how you can begin the process of releasing someone, or releasing the control, the illusion of control that you've had over a situation. So get that book if that's something that can help you, because I do have specific information in there about how to do that. But that can be one really beneficial way to kind of say to the universe and make the proclamation to yourself that you're going to kind of step out of that place of control and frustration, that things are not going the right way.